So I figured I'm going to do something a little bit different with a voiceover talking about how I'm filming it and with the lighting and my camera settings and the lenses that I have chose to use to shoot this project. So as you can see, I am filming on the Pocket 6K with the Atmos Shinobi monitor with the T5 Samsung 500 gig SSD, the behind the scenes camera, which is the GoPro Hero 7 attached with a magic arm onto the SmallRig cage. So now the lens I'm using here is this Sinlux ES 2x anamorphic lens, which is mounted onto a take-in lens, which in this case is the Sigma 18-35, zoomed in all the way to a 35mm. If you zoom out any wider than that, you are going to get obviously heavy vignetting. The reason why I'm using the Sigma 18-35 is because I forgot to bring my adapter ring or step-up ring for the Canon 35mm that I normally use this anamorphic lens for. So I really wanted to get an anamorphic look for this video, so I said, you know what, screw it, I'm just going to use the Sigma. It kind of worked out, but I feel like the 35mm by Canon would have been a little bit different, but anyways, and I'm also shooting this whole video, or I shot this whole video in 4K ProRes HQ. The reason why I did that is because I just feel like, I don't want to say the quality is better, but the highlights, the look of the video, it kind of stood out to me a little bit more besides the 6K. And it's actually a 5.6K downsample to 4K, or a 6K downsample to 4K. But I know it is a higher quality downsample to 4K, giving you a more crisper, cleaner image. And that's basically why I chose to shoot this project. And now, if you look at the bottom right, which is the actual video that you can see from the Pocket, I have two lights on the top floor there, and they're both the Godox SL 60 watt lights. The one on the left doesn't have any modifier; it just has like that attachment that comes with the light. And the one on the right, I had to use a modifier just because I forgot to bring that one attachment to mount on.
It's a little too much haze.
Yeah, you're supposed to spray and then give it a couple seconds.
Oh, okay.
That's all out. So what is it?
Haze in a can.
It's designed for this purpose, right? So you get a little atmosphere.
Yo, just walk towards me.
Like watch. Come here for a second.
Watch over. Watch over.
You see any little light beams coming through? So anything that's blocking it, yeah, you'll see like the actual beam of light. Okay.
So that one there, I'm using a Godox matte box. But yeah, so for most of these shots, that's where all the lighting is staying for this whole video. So now sometimes I shut off the one on the top right and just keep the one on the left. I believe it's on full power. But yeah, in some of the shots I added haze in there, which is my buddy Frank's haze in the can bottle that he purchased in some store in Toronto. And so I'm going to play back all this footage and show you behind the scenes, and we're going to do a little bit walkthrough. I always try to get some detail of the gloves and try to get that shot of him in the moment of being tired, frustrated, hitting the bag, and just trying to get, all that frustration in through the lens of what the boxer's kind of feeling. So now for this shot here, I'm only using the one Godox SL 60 watt light on the top left. I shut the right one off just to, give it more of a dramatic, cinematic look, especially with the haze floating around there in the background. And there still is no modifier on the Godox light. It's I believe it was at full power. I'm like 80% sure it is.
3, 2, 1, go. Oh yeah, looks fucking good. Okay, perfect.
So if you've made it this far through the video, you're probably wondering why and how it's a 4K widescreen when the Pocket 6K doesn't do the 4K widescreen. I actually did a custom dimension to do the 4K widescreen. So this is what it looks like normally out of the from the 4K quality. It's just a 4K DCI 4096 by 2160. So then all I do is basically zoom in to give it that widescreen look, because initially it doesn't really give you that look in camera. So now these shots are all shot on the Futech AK4000 gimbal with the dual grip setup, and I also have my monitor set up on the top handle. You know what? Honestly, I love this gimbal. I shoot a lot of things on the Crane 2, which is the only gimbal that I have. But after using this gimbal, it's very smooth, way smoother than the Crane 2, especially for the Pocket 6K camera. And having that wireless focus set up on the gimbal handle is very clutch. So now these are all the shots that are shot using that gimbal, the AK4000. Now, as you can see, the Godox SL60 light is still on the top left there in the background. And now on the sides of the garage doors, I'll put some arrows right now. I have these cheap LED tubes. So these lights are magnetic, so I just placed them on the side where the garage doors, and yeah, it worked out perfectly.
Can we have you back inside there? Just a little bit more. 2, 1.
So these are the last shots from the shoot, and as you can see, I got the Atomos hooked up on the top left with the SmallRig monitor mount. Still using the Futech AK4000 with the wireless focus system. So now, as you can see, there's a few shots here, and with the Godox SL60 light, I have it hitting him a little bit differently, creating a shadow hitting the ground and coming up towards the wall.
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. One more. Yo, after that basketball, when I fucked up my pinky, it's not the same. Yeah, it's fucked. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Okay, that's good. I'm happy.
So that is it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or anything about the equipment and how I shot this video, please let me know in the comments below. Other than that, we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.